بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. We continue our discussion on the book Kitab al-Kaba'ir, the book of major sins by Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab rahimahullah. May Allah have mercy on the Sheikh. Ameen. And we have reached the chapter where the Sheikh mentioned or introduced the chapter called Bab Man Shahida Amran فيتكلم بخير أو ليسكت. The Sheikh mentioned this chapter, the chapter of the one who witnessed an affair. Witnessed an affair or witness, either he speaks good or he remains silent. Or it can be translated as the one who has an opinion, or a person who speaks. Either he speak with goodness or remain silent.
When you say speak good or remain silent, you mean as far as the situation that he saw?
Inshallah, we're gonna get in, inshallah. We're gonna get into it, inshallah. Now, so the Sheikh introduced the hadith of Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu marfu'an. He said that من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فإذا شهد أمرا فيتكلم بخير أو ليسكت. Abu Hurairah reported this hadith, and it's marfu'. Marfu' is the term they use in mustalah, the hadith terminology that is ascribed to the Prophet ﷺ. Right? This hadith has different terminologies. From there, when you say hadith is what? Sahih, it's authentic. Or you sometimes say hadith is hasan, that hadith is good. Or da'if, this hadith is weak. And some of the scholars, like Imam al-Tirmidhi, he has a where if one hadith is good, of course there are different levels that I mentioned now. Sahih, Hasan, Da'if, Mawdu'. You have Mawdu' as a Mawdu' is what? Mawdu' is fabricated. There are narrations that are fabricated on the Prophet ﷺ. The scholars have this. So this one marfu' that is ascribed to the Prophet ﷺ, even though that it is not mentioned the Prophet ﷺ directly. So it's ascribed to. So this, it says that Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, فَإِذَا شَهِدَ أَمْرًا, if he witness an affair, فَيَتَكَلَّمْ بِخَيْرٍ, he should speak good or he should remain quiet. And this hadith is similar to a hadith that's reported by Imam An-Nawawi in his 40 hadith, where Imam An-Nawawi says, where the Prophet ﷺ said that hadith is authentic. He said, مَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. That whoever believes in Allah and the last day, he should speak good or should remain silent. And this ahadith, they are in the Quran. There's wording that's similar to that in the Quran. As Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions in the Qaf, مَا يَلْفُظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. That a person does not speak a word except before him is the person who is the two angels that are writing it down. In Surah Al-Infitar, Allah mentioned where Allah mentioned that there was speech of the people are in what was the speech of people are recorded. Kiraman katibin ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. Kiraman katibin, that the angels, the noble angels are writing it down. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ, and they know what you all do. So this hadith, it shows the obligation that a person, either he speaks good, he speaks with goodness, or he remain quiet. And the ulama, the people of knowledge, they have divided speech in general into three categories. The first category is of a speech that is good. A speech that is good. And this speech is of two types as well too. It's of two types. A speech that is good by itself. Like it is good. When a person says it's good by itself. Example of that is what?
What you doing, right?
Jazakallah khairan. Okay, what else? Within Quran, right? Speaking is good by itself. Saying adhkar, it's good by itself. Huh? And so on and so forth from the speech that we know that they are good by themselves. You know, when the person says this, there's no doubt that this what he's saying is good. And the word that is good, not by itself, but because of the outcome that it brings. The outcome that it brings. Example of that is, if if a sister wants to marry a brother, and you know this brother is a wicked brother, and he has done it to many, many of the women before. And you tell your sister, don't marry this brother. Huh? Even though in apparent form, it seems like it's evil, right? Because you're speaking about your brother, right? But the outcome of it is what? It's good. Or maybe a person, he just lost a loved one, and you're sitting next to him, right? And you want to share him up, you want to keep him up. You start talking, oh, the weather's nice today. The weather's great today. You look healthy. You're trying to say words, even though in itself is not a word that is good, but because of the outcome you're trying to achieve, is good. So the first type of speech or speech, either the first type of speech that is good, either by itself or in connection to other things. The second type of speech is the one that is evil speech, either by itself or as a result of the outcome that would bring. By itself, cursing somebody, lying. Well, lying, that one is the second type. Because lying, it can mean, lying. It can be good, but that's the second that's connected to, that's connected to the first one that we mentioned, which is that if lying, because we know that it's permissible for a man to lie to his wife, so if he, just to, to make her happy, he said, do you love me? Maybe the man was really over. Yes, I do love you. Right? That's a lie. But because of the outcome, right? In that case, it's good. That which is connected to the first one to mention. So the second one is one that speech that is evil by itself. It's evil by itself, or it's evil as a result of the things that it brings. The one that is evil by itself is to a person to curse a person to curse a person's family and S word, F word, and all those. Those are word evil by itself. Then you have the one that is evil in a connection. It not evil by itself. It may not be evil by itself, but as a result of the outcome that it brings is evil. Right? Which is, for example, a brother does something, right? A brother does something. Is that a good example I can give? I'm trying to find a good example for that to give. The point is that, you may say something that can, maybe go by itself, but it can lead to an evil outcome. Can somebody give me an example?
Like tail carrying.
Tail carrying is harm by itself, right? Right? Or for example, a brother says something to one brother, says something to you, right? And you go and tell that other brother. I don't think that's a good example. I'm trying to find an example. Huh?
It's snitch. That's okay.
Something that maybe go by itself, but it will lead to an outcome
Like
that that may lead to bigger evil. All right. Example of.
Say you tell somebody, that brother, he got a lot of money, and then the person you tell go and rob him.
Yeah, something like exactly. No, yeah. So yeah, close to that.
When he tells me something, I take that and I tell the brother, he talk about it.
Right.
So what happened right now is that it's this evil between the other brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating problem between you and the other brother. Isn't it that?
Yeah. It's kind of similar to that. The point is that something that may be good, right? But the outcome of it may lead to evil. May be outcome to be evil. Right? A good example would be people, the ruler, for example. People like to talk about the rulers. All right? There's, they will say, the ruler is, they will think they are saying good, or this ruler is spending the people's money. It may be true in itself, right? It may be true in itself what he's saying. But what's going to happen as the outcome? The outcome is that what people are going to rebel against them, and people may die as a result of that. Right? So I think that's about the closest one I can think of.
That's the problem now, especially some different countries, they don't want the Muslims to be free and to say something. So they spend a lot of money so they can give the Muslims not to speak anyway. So that was quiet. Yeah, they spend a lot of Islamophobia. It's sponsored by the Muslim country, this country in the UK. So that's the reason they do, but they can't say anything, even those things they are doing it. By using their money. So what do you say about those people?
No. Or another example is a situation where a brother says something, and you know that if you respond to that brother, it may lead to a bigger situation, right? If you respond, maybe the brother says something, but you know that if you respond to him, it may lead to like a fight, then it's better for you to keep quiet. Tight. And the third category is where it does not have, it's called a laghu, meaning that it does not have good, it's not good and it's not bad. It's not good and it's not bad. Maybe you're watching football game or you're watching basketball game and, this basketball is better. It's better than it's good. You're talking about this is a kind of a speech that there's nothing wrong with it.
Like idle talk.
Idle talk, yeah, that's what it is. Idle talk, right? There's no harm in it. There's no evil on it. There's no harm in it. The ulama mentioned that it's better for you. It's better not to talk too much. It's better to talk too much. Because it may lead to what? The evil talk. It may lead to evil talk. And the scholars have this statement saying, they say that فَإِنْ كَانَ الْكَلَامِ مِنَ الْفِضَّةِ وَالسُّكُوتُ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ. The scholar will say that if speaking is from silver, the silence is from gold. Right? If speaking is from silver, then silence is from gold. Meaning that, you can't talk, right? But when you speak, if you have to talk, then of course, definitely if you want to enjoy good and do something good, then go ahead and do it. But if you speak, that is idle talk, most likely may lead you to something that is not permissible. May lead to something that's not permissible. Type. So, our Sheikh Salih Fawzan, he mentioned, it's al-asl fi al-Muslim أن يتكلم بخير ويدخل في ذلك الكلام المباح الذي لا فائدة فيه. It says that the foundation of a Muslim is that that it does not speak except with goodness. And this also includes speech that are permissible, that are mubah, that are allowed, but there's no benefit in them. Right? That the person, if he speaks, it is good. But if a person should try and make sure that when he speaks good with goodness, that also includes the speech that the person that does, it's allowed for him to speak. It's allowed for you to talk about basketball, right? But just make sure that it doesn't lead to something that is haram. There's something haram. He said, فَإِنَّهُ ينبغي عليه أن يمسك عنه مخافة الانجرار إلى الحرام. He said because this can lead to, it can lead to haram. He said فإن كان كلام فيه خير فتكلم به. He said if his speech has goodness in it, speak. وإن لم يكن فيه خير أو كان فيه فتنة فعليه أن يصمت ولا يشارك فيما يحدث من خصومات أو مشاهدات. He says that if it is good, if this good, you should speak. And if it's no good in it, or it's a trial, it's a fitna, upon him to keep quiet and should not involve himself in it. So the Sheikh ended with that chapter. And he move on to the next chapter. It says, باب ما يحذر من الكلام في فتنة الفتن. He says, what is fear from, the chapter of what is fear from speech that has fitna in it, that has trial in it. Then he mentioned a hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar, marfu'an. Abdullah ibn Umar, in a written hadith, says, ستكون فتنة أو ستكون فتنة ستندف العرب فقتلاها في النار. So the Hadith Abdullah ibn Umar mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ said that there's going to be a fitna that is going to overcome the Arab. It's going to overtake them. He said, "Qatilaha," and a person who was killed by this, who was killed of this fitna, is going to be from the people of the hellfire. He said, "Lisanu fiha ashaddu min wuku' as-sayf." He said, a tongue in it is worse than a sword. Sheikh Fawzan is going to explain this hadith. He's going to explain it. He mentioned, he says, it's a fitan. When we heard fitan, is a plural of fitna. Fitna is one. Fitan is plural. A single. Fitna is one. It's singular. Well, fitan is plural. He said, وَهِيَ الْإِبْتِلَاءُ وَامْتِحَانٌ. He said, fitna is a test and trial. The word fitna is a test and trial. He said, وَهَذِهِ أَدَارُ الْإِمْتِحَانِ وَفِتَنِ. He said, the life of this world is a place of test and trial. He said, وَهَذِهِ الْحِكْمَةٌ حِكْمَةُ اللَّهِ. He said, وَهَذِهِ حِكْمَةُ اللَّهِ عز وجل ليبتلي عباده ليميز المؤمن الصادق من الكاذب في إيمانه. He said this is from the wisdom of Allah Azza wa Jal. This test and trial that Allah put is from the wisdom of Allah. So that He can, to distinguish between. He says, so that it can distinguish between a believer that is truthful in his iman, in his faith, from the one who is a liar. The fitna happens, it's from the test from Allah Azza wa Jalla to see who is going to be truthful to the book of Allah and the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and the one who's not going to be like that. It says, فَيُجْرِي هَذِهِ الْفِتْنَةِ وَمِحَنْ مِنْ أَجْلِ يُمَيِّزَ أَهْلُ الْإِيمَانِ الصَّادِقِ مِنْ أَهْلِ النِّفَاقِ. He said, Allah let this fitan happens to distinguish. Now, to distinguish a person of Iman who is truthful to his Iman, or a person of hypocrisy. As Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Ankabut, Allah said, Alif Lam Mim, أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Allah said, Alif Lam Mim. Do people think that they say they believe and they not be tested? Allah said, وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Allah said, and we tested those who came before them. وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا. So that Allah can know those who are truthful, and so Allah can know those who are liars. It doesn't mean that Allah does not know. The scholars mention that so that Allah can manifest. It's for manifestation, because Allah already knows who is truthful and who is a liar. But Allah used the trials and tribulations, to test the people so that it can manifest. So that they can't say that, oh Allah, because human beings, we like to give excuses. Right? Everybody said, I'm a believer. But we'll know the true believers from those who are lying when fitna happens.
Question.
Now.
When he said, to see who's going to be true to their Iman, does that mean like when the fitna happens, they stay patient and they rely on Allah and
Yes.
stick to Islam
No.
or
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. No, that's it. And it comes in different ways, right? You have a situation where from that is the fitna of money, wealth, right? A person want to build a house so bad, or want to buy a car so bad, right? And he knows that, you know, they tell him, you know, you can get that car, but you have to pay interest on it. And you know, it's a haram, right? Either it's going to be patient. I'm going to stay away from riba. Or it's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to take the riba. We have to be lie anyways. You have people like that. This is a test, right? Or a person who is working a job of haram, may work at the bank, and he's getting paid good money, and he's told that this job you're working is haram. You can't be working in the bank because they deal with riba. And it's, you know, it's between, oh, am I going to, you know, I got to pay, you know, that's a test. And it comes in many, many ways like that. Some people, they're trusted women. You have a beautiful woman, all right? She come to you. She look nice. Huh? She comes, can I get your number? And the things that men usually do with women, she's the one, you know, I just like you. She's the one like this.
she throwing herself out.
Throwing herself at you. Jazakallah khairan. She's not throwing herself at you. This is try as well too. You're a Muslim, you're a believer in Allah. This is from tests. And so from this test is from those who accept Islam and their entire family are now Muslims. And they're making it hard for him. They say, leave that religion. You can't even celebrate with your family anymore. Huh? You don't even come around for Christmas anymore. Huh? Thanksgiving, you don't come around anymore. What kind of religion is this? Your beard is so big, and so on and so forth, things that people say. This is a test. A person like, man, all my family members I don't have anybody, they stay away from me now. That's a test. Some people, we have to be live. See, some people, they're turning away from their religion. As a result of this, they're like, my family, I'm alone now. When the Eid come around, I'm only by myself. I don't, especially with you get fitna from the Muslims too. They don't make it as a community for you where, you don't spend time with you don't celebrate with your families anymore. You don't spend Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those things that the people do with their family while they were now Muslim. Now when Eid comes around now, even Muslims they won't make it nice for you to be able to enjoy, after Eid, everybody just go to their homes and that's it. That's it. There's no celebration. There's no fun day. And you work in an environment where you become weird. People look at you like, he's a Muslim. So, it's real. Right? Especially in the environment that we're in. It can be difficult to practice Islam. If you want to practice Islam outwardly, it's difficult. And some people, they don't have the strength. The iman is not strong. And wa ya'adhu billah, they turn back to disbelief. So these are from the tests that Allah Azza wa Jal test us with.
Yeah.
Test us with. Huh?
Question is the interest.
No.
The interest. Like, you have emergency, but you know you don't have it now.
Mhm.
But you know you're gonna, well, as soon as you get it, you're gonna pay off. But right now you have a family, you don't have transportation.
Mhm.
But for short term, would you, it's allow or it doesn't allow?
The ruling regarding necessity, there's a principle in Islam. It says, "Ad-dururat tubihul al-mahdurat." That necessity makes impermissible permissible. This is the foundation. Now the question is this: what is that necessity? Do you have the option? If there's option on the table, then it's not a necessity. Some of the arguments that some people made is that we live in America, and that, there's no way you can buy a house in America except by getting an interest loan. And I remember the Sheikh Al-Albani, rahimahullah, he mentioned that something similar around this issue. If a person can rent, if you can rent, then you don't have to buy a house, right? If you can rent, the point is that you can have a place to live, to stay. So buying a house through riba, it does not fall under necessity, right? Now, if I give a simple example where it's clear, you're at the desert, you have nothing to eat, and the only thing you have is pork. If you don't eat that pork, you're going to die. There's nothing else to it. And this in that case is permissible. This is what is intended by it, where there's no other way for you to do that thing except this two haram thing, this haram. If that's the only way, and as a result of, it's not only that's the only way, is that if you do not do a haram, life depends on it. A person's going to die, or destruction is going to happen. That's when it's, huh?
Question.
No.
I'm just throwing
No,
this out there.
no problem.
What about people who buy the house because they have the other people give fatwa to say, I heard so many things that people say because you are in America, you can buy the house because this is not this and that. That reason, who is responsible for that? The people who listen to don't share, whatever give them a fatwa, or they're responsible for themselves. I'm just throwing it back on that.
Okay. Number one, that person that gave the fatwa is responsible for giving that fatwa. Because he speaks about Allah. Right? He's making, and this is the type of shirk as well too. Now, if the person that's asking him knows, the person asking now, he knows that this is not permissible, but he's trying to find a way because he knows the sheikh will give him that fatwa, he's responsible. Now.
Yeah, like car. There's some cars, when you buy the car, you can buy with 0% APR, no interest. But they add some money on top of that car. Like Toyota Corolla, the price is 18,000. But when those cars they give you 0 APR, no interest, they may say this car is 20,000. So you say, I'm not gonna pay interest, let me just buy this one. But they add some money already.
They do Islamic banks, something.
So,
Well, there are some different, we're going to go to another time, we're going to go to another route. But just to mention something quickly regarding what you say, there's a way to get around Islamic around this situation, right? For example, I know when I was in Saudi Arabia, people, the way they do things is sometimes a person, he wants to buy, they go to the bank, like this car is 18,000. And the bank will buy that car and they will sell it to you at the higher price. This is permissible, right? It's permissible, right? It's permissible.
So they'll resell it to you at the higher price,
Yeah,
but you still pay installments?
yeah. You pay an installment is not. It's not haram. Installment is not haram. Is the
Oh, so they charge you more so they can make some money.
yeah
They
exactly.
do over here, Islamic Bank
Same
here.
thing as the zero
Say you wanna
APR.
buy this house
Same thing.
for
as the zero APR.
$100,000.
There's no
Because you
zero.
have the
You go
option, they say
Bank of
take
America,
2,500,
They charge you
put it
interest.
down payment, or you
For
take
10
0%.
years.
Well,
Islamic
I'm not gonna say something until I look at the contract
Yeah,
myself.
contract.
I'm not gonna say anything about that, right?
We buy the house for $100,000,
The-
but I'll sell you for 120.
Okay.
That's
Right.
$20,000 more.
It's our big property.
It's permissible. It's permissible in the sense that a person you want to buy a car. The car is 10,000 in by its value, right? And you go to the bank. You say, look, I can't pay this. I can't buy this car by myself. The bank can tell you, look, we'll buy this car, right? But you have to pay us $15,000 in installment. This is
So that's what
permissible.
they mean by, when it say business but not interest?
Yeah, that one is that's
Agreement,
permissible.
agreement.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, now.
But with the condition that they have to buy it. It has to be bought.
It has to be paid for.
They have to pay for.
But
You have to pay
tomorrow,
for it
if
now.
you find money, you go to the bank, say, yesterday this car was $10,000, and we agreed to pay you $15,000. But now today, I have a $10,000. The bank said no. The agreement you made yesterday, that will count.
Yeah, but some of the banks, if you pay early, they will give you some discount, right? If it's like 2 years over the thing and you pay a year early, then maybe they will give you they'll cut some of that money because you pay early. Some of the banks do that. I know that,
Which
right?
bank, that Interest Bank or Islamic Bank?
The Islamic banks,
Islamic Bank.
yeah, they do that. Yeah, some they do that. Yeah, I know that's from
Is
side
there any
friends.
such Islamic bank? I mean, I'm sorry, I know they're just trying to understand this.
What's that? Say what?
Is there any such Islamic bank
Yes, it's nice.
in
Absolutely.
this area?
No, I don't know about here. And
Okay.
outside Arabia, I know that. I know because I know.
Yeah,
I
mean, those are different. But here, Islamic bank.
Some
is,
people
you know,
claim that, but you have to do a research to see that they really, it depends on what they are given. That's why you have to look at the contract.
They have- it's not
Right.
this area, but they have all
Inshallah,
the-
let's,
they have the number.
Let's
No, I don't need. I'm just asking.
now. So let's continue, inshallah. I think we're going off.
I mean, just like the practice, but it's very important. That's why.
Now,
Since a lot of times the Islamic bank, when they say I tried to get into something, the house for the lady. She was sorry, not me, but the lady. But they asked her like 10 point something % interest. So I don't understand how things work, and then I say, you know what, I would rather just move it.
I know the lady was mad with Islamic Bank. She told me, you make me to go Bank of America because the way you treat me is un-Islamic, and she went over there and get the river.
A'udhu billah.
Wallahi, she was mad.
No, that's not the.
It's just because it's ignorance, subhanAllah. But, I
They
don't
come
know.
in the masjid, they come in the BJMA group of the Islamic Bank with the advertisement, with the media.
That's working though. I mean, is that the working? Is that did you have you researched for that?
Wallahi.
It could be, but I have not looked at it. I don't know the details. You have to look at the fine print to make sure that it is Islamic. That's what's my thought. Inshallah, let's continue, inshallah. So the Sheikh was talking about, he says that Allah used test and trial, which is a fitan, which is plural, fitna is singular. It's the wisdom of Allah Azza to test those who are truthful in their iman to those who are not truthful. He said, Al-fitna asluha min ma ya'rudu ala an-nar min hadid wa dhahab liyazilu ma alaqa bihima min al-awsakh. He said the foundation of the word fitna in Arabic language is when a fire or something exposed to fire, right? Like iron, to remove those impurity from it, right? To remove. So this is the word fitna is from that word. That fitna is like a fire. It's that intensity that comes sometimes. Just like a person getting a haram, for example, right? He's feeling pressure. He's feeling, he's feeling difficulty, right? So by being exposed, so that's like a fire. Something that is not part of that iron, if it's exposed to fire, what happens? It will melt away. It will get away. Just like gold, right? There's impurity in the part of the gold. It's exposed to fire. It will melt away, and the gold after it will remain. That is example of a believer who is truthful. Who's truthful like a person who's not truthful. A person who's not truthful, what's happening when fitna happens? It's gonna be like that rust. It's gonna fall away. And the believer will be patient and be firm. Now,
I know the river is a fitna. I'm a Muslim. The brother is Muslim. I'm staying in a house or a car, whatever. I know the bride doesn't have no money. He want to buy my car or my house. And I see he's getting the money from the bank, river. And I know that's fitna. That money when he brings to me, and I know where the money comes from. I'm obligated to sell the house, or the car.
Wait, say it again.
No, he's saying if he knows the money is riba,
I would say this.
can he accept it? That's what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
He's giving it to you?
No, I'm selling a
No,
car.
no, this
Right.
is
I'm
a
selling
bottle
a
of
house.
water.
Right. Right.
This brother is a Muslim.
All right.
He told me, can I buy your house? I said, sure.
Right.
But he doesn't have no money.
Right.
But he go Bank of America, get a river.
Right.
That river, he bring to me the money. And he buying the house from me.
Right.
And I know where he get the money.
Yeah,
Right.
So can he take
Can I
the
sell
money?
the house to him?
That money is not river.
I love
Wait
stuff.
a minute.
It would be better for you not to sell the house too,
Because I know where the money come from.
because you know where it comes from. Allah said in the Quran, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Cooperate with one another in piety and righteousness, and do not cooperate with one another in sins and transgression. You know?
But since I know that money come from the river place, it doesn't matter if it's Muslim, if it's non-Muslim,
Right.
and if I know, I don't need to sell it.
If you know it's from a river place, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way.
Let me clear it up for you.
Let me put it this way.
Let me clear it up for you. I have this water,
No.
bottle of water,
Right.
right? So I'm gonna sell it for $1.
Right.
I use my credit card.
But the person who buy it from me, it's not a halal, it's gonna bring it from interest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not responsible to sell it to this bottle of water because he bring it interest to the guy.
Because you are helping him to. Okay, there's two answers to this. Let me give you two answers. One is that you may not be sinful, but there's a hadith. Let me give you a hadith. Hadith says, إن الحلال بين والحرام بين وبينهما أمور مشتبهات لا يعلمون كثير من الناس ومن تقع الشبهات فاستبرأ لدينه وإرده. The hadith mentions that halal is clear and haram is clear, and between are two things that are not clear. And the Prophet mentioned in the hadith that whoever protects himself from shubha with the two that is not clear, he has protected this deen in his religion, right? You may not be, in the long run, you may not be sinful for it. Perhaps you may not be sinful for it, but you expose you may be sinful for that because you know the way money. If you don't know the money is coming from now,
You're gonna kill us.
huh?
Just like, I
You're
mean,
using credit
for,
card.
for instance, for me, I mean, say, say you build something,
Right.
you sell something.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when you sell that property, somebody else is going to be getting the money from the bank.
Right.
You know that.
Right.
You can protect yourself, but how are you going to protect the other people because of they get it from the bank?
They don't know where the money come from. For example, I'll give you a small example. This issue I hear in BGMA when a scholar online was talking about the bank. You saying when the person walk in the bank, you know, it's fitna.
Right.
Bank of BGMA, Ibn Taymiyyah himself,
Right.
they collect donation.
Right.
Where the money go? In the bank.
Right.
They mix it with which money? With kufr money. Yes.
That's not as good for money. That's not.
The people they sell at the liquor store, where they put their money? In the bank. The
Okay.
people they do hotel, they have dinner, where they put their money? In the bank.
Right.
So you put your money in the bank too.
Okay.
The bank they don't celebrate because they say this money come from the masjid, would separate. This must come.
I see.
No. Okay. No. Okay. Let's clarify that middle.
Okay.
Right.
Please.
Just because you put your money in the bank
Right.
doesn't mean that your money now is not haram. No. It's not haram. Now, yes, if you put your money in the bank, they will give you interest in it. Then you cannot take the interest and still take your money and we want to take your money back.
They give my money to somebody else to open a liquor store. They give my money to open a
That's not your responsibility. You don't have any issue with that. It's not. It's
That's
not
what I'm talking about.
yeah, in that case, yeah, no problem. Yeah,
Oh, no.
you have no power over that.
Okay, that's
Yeah, you have no power over that. Yeah, because the thing is that if you do not put your money in the bank, you'll be in a problem with the law because it's called money laundering, right? Money laundering, right?
Right, yeah.
You can't have so much money in the
Yeah,
house.
you can't have
Yeah.
a certain amount of
Yeah, you cannot have that. So in that case, Allah said, "La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha," right? Allah does not place a burden on a person, but money can then bear, right? In that case, if you don't put your money in the bank, you're gonna get in trouble with the law, right? And if you put your money in the bank, yes, they're gonna give you interest. Then don't take interest and just take that money back. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now,
The question the Rhoda said, if the person wants to sell the house, when you sell the house, you don't involve with interest.
okay.
But the other people, they're gonna bring it from the interest.
Now, if you cannot, if you means that you cannot sell your house, but I mean, everybody's gonna come to you. They're going to get from.
If somebody's
Then
gonna get in the house, everybody's gonna come with that.
yeah, everybody in a situation where everybody's gonna come with that, right? Then you're not responsible because you have no control over
That's
that.
what I'm saying now.
How about
Right.
paying
Now I got
taxes?
it back.
How about paying taxes?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
You're
How
not
about paying
responsible.
tax?
Taxes?
Yeah.
Now
Where in America?
Before you say
I
yes.
have to go.
Like every time you buy, you
Before
pay
you say yes, now
tax.
you change
It's
it.
just the
Okay,
same category.
Islamically, in terms of taxes,
I understand that.
it's not permissible. Tax is not permissible in Islam. But because where we live, they force you to pay taxes. They still have no choice. It's
No,
okay.
you're going to jail.
In that,
Not only that tax, but wherever you do is tax. You buy things, you pay tax. on
Oh, well,
that.
that's what you drive on the road.
Even the rent you were
Yeah,
saying
I mean,
earlier, when you
service.
pay rent, you pay a tax.
Yeah.
No, so see, the thing is, with the money that you pay the taxes, you see the road that you drive.
Yeah, I know.
That's
No,
from
no,
the
when you were
tax.
saying you don't buy a house, you rent. But when you rent, you pay tax. If you avoid paying rent,
Well, that's what you have to.
If,
that's what you were saying
subhanallah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning is when you buy the house, there is a consequences for that. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Because there is interest involved.
Yeah, but if you don't buy, you go rent, there's also tax.
But
involved.
it's not. That's not. You go around with it. That's what the question you don't ask. That's what the question he said. Do not go around. Okay, you bought the house. Just make dua for it. If you say that's what I say, the fatwa that I ask question, people they're gonna come, turn around. It's like there is people that say exactly. You can buy the house in this country, but that's what I ask him the question. they said, okay, but your responsibility is you could have questions, ask questions, a lot of questions. But if you say that person, you trust that person, they took it, right? But you have to make dua instead of trying not to.
No, what I'm saying is,
you know,
you avoid to buy a house by going get a rental. But the rental also has riba because you pay taxes.
But that's not your
Alaikum
problem.
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
No.
That's not the-
Riba, tax is not
Tax is riba.
taxes is not riba.
That's not riba.
That's not riba. No,
That's what I was asking. He
No,
said
no.
it's riba. That's what I was asking.
taxes are not riba,
It's mandatory.
right?
Okay.
Even though taxes are haram, no doubt.
What I'm
Right.
saying is,
Right.
this is haram. Or
Yeah,
tax.
but the taxes, you have no choice, right? You can't say that, oh, I'm not going to pay taxes. If you buy water at the store now, they're going to charge you taxes. You're not going to drink water? You got to drink water. So in that case, that it goes in the statement of Allah. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Allah does not place burden upon a soul more than it can bear. And that's a case of necessity, right? That's permissible. Now, in terms of riba, that's another thing. Riba, like I said, in case of necessity, where absolute necessity, for example, a person's child is dying. They took the child to the hospital. The hospital told him, you have to bring $50,000 or else,
Insurance not gonna cover.
the insurance is not going to cover it. And then you have no one that can loan you the money except for the bank, right? They're not going to do operation for that child except, right? In that case, yes, jaiz for you to go and take that money and jaiz for you because so that they can do the operation for that because it's absolute necessary in that case. But if you have a choice where somebody can loan you money without getting into it, then of course you have that choice. Then it's not permissible for you to go and to take the riba. I hope that inshallah is clear. Type.
One more question.
Go ahead.
I know it's time is gone. All right, the question is this: I clarify. I want to buy this water. I want to, say, okay, you have this one. You want to try to build this one. So, in the middle of your money is dried out, but there's nothing you can do about it. Do you borrow the money that's enforced to necessary?
That's it. That's
Because
it.
you could not.
That's excellent question.
You could not, because you just got stuck.
Okay. So the question is that you already started a business and you put a lot of money in that business and you run out of money. And if you do not, no one can loan you the money. And if you do not get a loan, your money is going to lose that money.
You're gonna lose everything.
It's permissible for you to go and get that money from the bank because it's necessity. Because of the, you're going to lose your livelihood,
You need supply.
right?
The money, right?
Islam, you've got to go very understand. Islam is a very, very practical, right? You invested $50,000 in a business, and you did not know that you're going to need more money. And when you spend the $50,000 and you find out that, I need $150,000 to complete this project, or else I'm going to lose everything. It's jaiz for you, yes, so that you can save. You can save now. It's permissible for indirect because if it's necessity, absolute necessity, and there's no way around it, it's jaiz. It's jaiz now. Tayyib. Subhanallah, I think we should. Let's stop there, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. We continue this with this hadith from inshallah next class.
What we discuss right now is life.